Max Your Journey Tribe, welcome back. My name is Alvin, and today we're going to help you winterize your units, guys. Now, we have two units, as you see here, that we have to get winterized. We have a cold streak coming through, possibly snow, and this is basically a how-to video on how to winterize your units. It's something that I wish I had when I was first starting out. Your lines, we will be using the antifreeze, and it's not the same antifreeze that you will put in your vehicle. So please check out this right here. From Walmart, you can go buy this brand, and it is RV safe. It is not drinkable safe, but it is for your water lines. It is safe to run through your water lines, guys. So stay tuned. Let's jump into the video. And if you get time, please smash that subscribe button. I'll appreciate it. Let's go. All right, as you see here, we have both tanks. I recommend doing this first. You want to empty both your black, your gray tank, your second gray tank. You want to empty all your waste tanks to get started, guys. So make sure those tanks are empty for the winter time. Alrighty, so step number 2 is you want to locate your fresh water tank handle. You want to give that a pull and let all that residual, all that fresh water that you might have in those tanks drain out. I would even leave it open for a little while and just let it drain. Alrighty, so step 3, you want to locate your freshwater pump tank. You want to turn that on, as you see here. And you want to turn on one of your faucets. Get all that out of there, and you can actually catch this in a bucket if you didn't want it in the line. But you see how much is actually in there still? You want to drain all of that completely out, guys, completely out. So once you drain all of that out of the water pump, remember, cut off your water pump. Make sure you turn off those handles on those sinks just until we get ready to run the antifreeze through them. So don't forget, turn off that water pump. All right, tribe. So next up, you want to make sure you drain your low points right here. You see these two right here? This is what I use to crack both mines open. You might have a quick release valve or something like that, check valve. That's awesome. But this is what I use now. So as you're draining these, you also can run inside, open up your faucet to get some of that air in there to push it all the way out. So these are just your low point drains, hot and cold, as you see here. All right, so step number 5 is you want to release or drain your hot water heater. So this is your pressure release. You pull this and more water should shoot out of your bottom down there, your low point drains. As you see there, it's located right here usually. It's going to let those few gallons drain. And if you also have an anoid rod or a plug, you want to pull that plug to release the water out of here as well. But give that time to drain out of the low pressure, and it'll let less water fall out of here. So that's step number 5. Drain your hot water. A pro tip to help you out. So where that anoid rod would be right here. My units actually do not have one. So I use that same tool as earlier. I'll loosen this up. And as I get it out, water will shoot out of here. You'll see right here, water will shoot out of here. And this will be a great time when you go back to replace it next year. Make sure you add a new rod. If you don't know what it is, look it up. Anoid rod. Yours will probably look real corroded from all the sediment and stuff inside your water. Some water heaters do not have them, guys. But you can leave that plug off and won't want antifreeze actually getting into your hot water. So that's why we're going to do the hot water bypass, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. All right, this is not a step for me, but if you would like to blow out, you will need one of these adapters right here. This threads right onto here. You want to blow out your black tank and your city water tank. You'll see the water come out of those low pressure drain points if you'd like. I'm not really big on the air system or the air blowout, but this will help you if you need that. A lot of campers come with those. If not, buy them off Amazon. There you go. All right, tribe. Now we need to start adding this antifreeze, right? First, we need to locate the bypass valves on the hot water heater. Now, they're going to be located just inside. Now, this is step number 6, bypass valve, guys. So as you see here, your hot water heater on the inside, this is our exterior wall. The hot water heater is just outside of there, guys. So we want to flip these bypass valves, guys. Right here, just give them a little turn. But as you see, they were shooting in to warm that water up. So we want to bypass that. So here, now this is the loop. It comes in It doesn't go inside. It loops around. It doesn't go inside, and it continues to the low point drains down there. Now, in the summertime, when it's camping season, like always, right, guys? You want to remember to reverse these or you won't be getting any hot water. So this is a step you have to remember to come back to de-winterize. And I'm sure I have a video to help you out if you smash that subscribe button. So let's continue on. All right, step number 7 is you want to locate your water pump. Now, this is in my front pass-through. It's usually on your driver's side. It could be inside the bunk in the front. But my design, my Sunset Trails, they have the water pump down here. Step number 8 is you want to locate your siphon hose right next to that water pump. So usually the brand new campers or the newer campers are coming with this hose. It's a winterization kit hose as well. As you see there, there's a little bypass valve right next to it back there. That is what's going to allow us not to pull from the freshwater tank, but to pull from the antifreeze jug as we get suction and pressure here. So that is step number 8. Locate that hose or add one onto that point. Step number 9. So we have our RV safe, RV drink, food safe, antifreeze. We want to add that siphon hose right into the top. You can go all the way to the bottom or at least halfway. And we want to remember to make sure we have that bypass valve back there switched over, which we do. So that's inside. That's step number 9. All right, so step number 10 for us is we're hand tightening the low point drains. We want these caps barely on so we get a drip, not just a straight pouring out of the antifreeze. Then we want to go inside and locate the water pump, turn it on until we get a continuous drip, and then we can cut off that water pump so we can save some antifreeze. You don't want to forget to cap those off. If you don't have the quick check valve. So as you see here, water's coming out, and now we have pink. We have the pink right there, guys. You see it? You see it? Okay. We're not wasting a bunch, just a little. You see there? It is pink. We can tighten these up and go cut our water pump off. 11, guys. Step number 11 is we want to turn that water pump back on after we make sure those low point valves or those caps are tightened. We want to turn the water pump on for step number 11. And then we want to turn our sinks on until we get pink. You see that? That is beautiful. You can actually cut it off as soon as you get pink. You don't have to keep wasting it. You go to your bathroom. You do the same thing. See that right there? That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Your toilet, you can do the same thing. Water, it's going to mix with the pink, so it's perfectly fine, as you see there. That's what you want to see. It's looking good. It's coming out. And you also want to leave some sitting on that seal. That's what's going to help keep that seal nice and good for the wintertime. Now, you also do the same for your shower. Run that water through the line. But a pro tip that I do is I disconnect this so water and antifreeze don't sit in the actual shower line. I disconnect it right here, and I'll let that antifreeze pour right into there, guys. It's always helped me out. Don't forget to do that. And if you have an outside shower, if you have anything like that, outside shower, make sure you run it through that line as well, guys. All right, tribe. Step number 12. You want to take their leftover antifreeze and pour it right into those traps, guys. Be generous. If you don't want anything to happen, pour it into those traps. The more, the better. Now, how many of these jugs do I buy? I buy 3, and I use 1.5 per unit. So it depends on the size of your RV. If you have 2 bathrooms, if you have 2 outside kitchen, 2 bathrooms, the more stuff you have, the more you will need. So I like to use 1.5 for a 28-foot travel trailer. I take some, I pour it into the toilet, I pour it into the sink trap, and I also go around and pour it right down into that drain like I told you. And as you see here, that way I know I got plenty in there. And as you see, I took that shower off, and I actually leave all of my nozzles open. It won't do anything. It allows not to have any water sitting in those lines. And that's just how I like it, guys. So as you see here, It ran all out. There's nothing sitting in the line. I'll leave them open for the winter. That is my tip number 12. Be generous with this. You got a half of it to use. Leave the sink faucets open, guys. Congratulations, guys. We did it. We made it. You did it. I did it. We winterized our units, guys. Now, before you forget, make sure you turn off the power to that water pump so we don't forget that step, right? Also, make sure you leave the handles to the sinks left wide open so anything in there can drain out into those traps where we put our antifreeze already. And if you would, you could go ahead and change your batteries in your smoke detector. That way you're prepared for next year. Now, the most important thing you must do is smash that subscribe button and check out that next video, because Max Your Journeys got what you need, and YouTube, they know what you want. So check us out, guys. We'll see you next time, and hopefully you have a great off season.